Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cohen. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Manager Quiz. We're heading to Argentina. So here we are around the Tomás de Rio Hondo circuit. A very difficult circuit. Very challenging for MacDonald. He doesn't have the best pass round here. Last year in Moto2, he had another race to forget in the beginning of that season. And we had a race to forget at the beginning of this season as well. So starting off on the right note, perhaps for MacDonald. But we'll see round here. It wasn't as bad in Qatar as last season. Might not show it in the finishing position, but he has many mistakes. Still, he's got some time to make up on Morbidelli and Marquez at the front. So it's not the best thing to start the season on the back foot, but let's see what MacDonald can do here. Can he recover in Argentina? And the circuit he actually really does like, but he's never really had the pace around here, apart from in the wet conditions in Moto3. He was magnificent. On the Moto2 bike, didn't have much pace last season. And we're just aiming to qualify in the top 20. Again, just like last season, that's the aim in qualifying. Top 10 at some of our better circuits. And mostly top 20, of course, always aiming to finish in the top 10 in the races. As you can see, feeding that power with the Moto2 bike. He's a bit off on in Qatar with the power. A bit aggressive as well. And some of the moves. So of course the line sets off 44.3. I think that's decent. Maybe not right up there, but should be top 20 I feel. As let's see in the session info as we skip the time. 42.3 is right up there. For Alex Marquez, is he grabbing part ahead of Luti? He is in a reversal of the first round with Morbidelli in third. Olivier leads the second round of Piscini and Nakagami. Then the third is led by Baldassari with Shirota and the mathematician Xavi in ninth, with Danny Kent rounding out the top 10. And there's MacDonald leading the sit for ahead of Surin and Isaac Vinales. I told you, top 20 was our aim, and that was a pretty good effort from him. While the teammate is in last, 2,000 side than Ika. So let's see the Elusive Twins can move forward in the race. Yes, here we are looking at the grid with Alex Marquez. A bit stunned in. It's like going pole ahead of Luti. As looking further down, got Marini and Courtois once again on the fourth row. They're very consistent in qualifying. And there's Light still leading the sixth row. Very good to see him a bit higher up the page than in Qatar. And looking further down, you can see Remy Gardner in 24th. And there should be Magnum right at the back on his own row, in row 12.
The bikes have taken their places on the grid. The light is about to go out any second now. This is when the riders have to clear their minds completely so they can give it everything they've got.
That's what MacDonald will be focused on, heading to this run to the first corner. Very easy to pass there, but also very easy to lock up and break yourself going into that first corner. So let's see what MacDonald can do. If he gets a decent start past Bagnaia, up into the points positions already. As he breaks a bit early down the inside, Quartararo into the top 10, hogs that inside line. He's got Shirota, he's past him, past Baldassari as well. He's following Xavi into 7th, is he? Breaks a bit early into the next corner, down the inside of, is that Nakagami? He's into 6th. Very good start from MacDonald. He's got Oliveira in front. Got Piscini and Luti, and then it's the Mark VDS boys right at the front. Got a very good start from MacDonald. And you've got to hang on that in Moto2. It's just everything else which needs to come together. This is breaking for all this. Very tight right-hander. Look at that, 3 wide. MacDonald dives in, overtakes Luti as well. He really did get battered into that right-hander, did the veteran. He's got Piscini ahead over Oliveira. Got MacDonald trying to go past the Portuguese rider, about to ease up. And really locking up into the right-hander as he goes very wide. It's going to allow Luti by. You can see the rear tyre already crying out for help in this opening of that. So Swiss rider gives us a bit of a door there for MacDonald to walk through and into 5th. So very good opening lap so far for the Elusive rider. What about the teammate? Is he no longer in last? It's going to be a big question. He's got 2 pairs in front. MacDonald's not going to get past the first of those pairs as he sits in behind Oliveira. Goes onto the front straight and ends the first lap in 5th. Got Baldassarri behind. Got ahead of Luti, man. Luti really did get battered on that opening lap. And here comes MacDonald around the outside of Oliveira. He's going around the outside Pacini, which comes the inside for the left-hander. Oh, but the Italian's very good at braking. So is Oliveira. You can see MacDonald being a bit more cautious than he was in Qatar. Maybe in Qatar he would have taken that 3rd position. Well, he runs very wide onto the back straight. He's going to find it difficult to hold on to 5th as the top 4 running away. As Oliveira slipstreams past Pacini. Now we've got the look out for Baldassarri and Luti. What the hell? Luti trying to do what others did to him on that opening lap. But just a bit too out of control for the Swiss rider. On this 2nd lap, as that's much smoother through the left-hander. Much better braking into the right, but look at that, no braking at all. Braked at the same point as at the opening lap, but you can see he braked into the runoff and is down to 7th for MacDonald. As always, using some curb, not always the best ideas we've seen in the past. So now he's got the game back on another pairing. He's got a good run on Baldassarri heading into the final corner. Going for the outside line. But it looks like Baldassarri's making a move on Luti, which just forces MacDonald wide. And he's struggling to get the power down. Now it's Baldassarri into the top 5. Luti in 6th, but not for much longer as here comes MacDonald diving down the inside of the Swiss rider. Into the first corner. There's barely a gap. That's enough of a gap. It's onto this 3rd lap. Looking down the inside of Baldassarri into the left-hander. Very smooth move from MacDonald. That's what he should have done on Pacini on the last lap, but didn't. Really feeding that power in through the right-hander onto this back straight. Less than a 2nd gap to the Italian. Livia just in front, and then it's the Mark VDS boys. But very good race for MacDonald so far. Keeping it together. Unlike in Qatar, around a track you probably wouldn't expect it from MacDonald as well, in Argentina. As I said in the past, not been his favourite place, even though he has won round here in Moto3. Braking a bit earlier into this right-hander. Short shift up to 3rd, short shift up to 4th. Even then, still the traction not that good on the rear wheel. And now it goes wide into the left. It's going to allow Baldassarri to come back. MacDonald fends off the Italian. He wants this top 5. Again, the bike, as the race goes on, that first lap magnificent, but now it's starting to get a bit all over the place, the bike. Braking wise as the wear comes in. Again, battling that rear tyre. At the final corners, he's just ahead of Baldassarri. He's gained on Pacini though. He's dropping back from Oliveira. He's trying to gain on the Mark VDS pair at the front. It's almost like last season all over again for Oliveira, chasing down those two. Chasing down Morbidelli and Marquez. It's on to the 2nd half of the race. We're past the halfway mark. It's MacDonald battling for 4th with Pacini. So you can set up this run through the right-hander better. Slightly better. Look at that, less than half a second behind the Italian. Got over half a second gap to Baldassarri behind. MacDonald in an Italian sandwich. He seems to be doing well so far. So he goes into the right-hander, braking very deep. Trying to get the run on Pacini out of it. He gets close to the curb but not on it. braking hard into the right-hander. Standing up the bike a bit better coming out that right-hander, but as you can see, still losing time to Bassini. Braking a bit earlier into the left-hander. There's some camber there going into the corner. So if you go wide, it just carries you wider, does that camber. You can see that middle sector, not MacDonald's best. But he's gaining back up to Bassini in this last sector as he head on to the penultimate lap of the race. Into this right-hander, very tempting to make a move on Bassini. MacDonald being patient as Lutis past Baldassarri as they're having a battle for sixth. It's all about the battle for fourth for MacDonald as the top three are all together as well. Olivier's closed that gap to Marcus and Morbidelli. We'll see what the Portuguese rider can do on that KTM. But let's see what MacDonald can do on this Calyx. He sits behind Bassini. Into the left-hander, he sees a gap. Goes down the inside. And covers that gap for the right-hander. There's a second half gap to Oliveira in front. But he's given the Italian the slipstream here, MacDonald. So let's see what he can do with it. He breaks into the right-hander. Bassini nowhere to be seen. No, there he is. MacDonald holds on to fourth. Very good with a lap and a half to go. Can MacDonald close that gap to the top three? Maybe a bit of an ask. So we go get it down into third gear. Here comes Bassini back by. In that right-hander. Our opponents seem to have so much better traction than us. Here we go through the right, into the left. Here's MacDonald giving Bassini the old Rossi nudge, giving him 2 bites. Oh, he's seen that move in the past, hasn't he? Not budged at all by MacDonald. But he's going wide into that right-hander. Likes that line. As we go across the line onto the final lap, MacDonald battling for fourth. With Bassini and Baldassarri's coming back as well with Luti. Got to watch out behind as well, does MacDonald. Not just focusing in front. It's the rear tyre's very worn. Look at that. He goes into the left-hander, trying to make that move on Bassini again. Oh, the rear tyre very worn. Look at that, almost dragging MacDonald into the grass. He's going to be struggling on his final lap. He's losing the slipstream to Bassini here. Baldassarri's gained some. I know, and it's like Luti's made a move. So we go into the right-hander. Switching back is MacDonald. We've got Luti and Baldassarri battling behind, luckily. Now coming into this right-hander. To the corner where MacDonald's got to be strong, but here comes Luti, here comes Baldassarri, is he? No, just Luti. So MacDonald drops down to sit. Oh, but he really wants that top 5. And into the left-hander, across the curves on the right. Oh, that rear wheel again getting that away from us. Really is suffering on this final lap. Look how patient he had to be on the power there. So here comes Baldassarri pushing MacDonald wide. Number 7 doesn't want to finish 7th. And MacDonald comes across the line in that position. After the manners from Baldassarri. Almost didn't know he needed MacDonald there. But solid points for the elusive rider. As Morbidelli wins ahead of Oliveira, grabbing second from Marcus. Bassini 4th, Luti 5th, Baldassarri 6th. MacDonald in 7th, just ahead of Bagnaia. Good recovery from the Sky Italia rider after a poor start. Then Sabi in 9th, and Nakagami rounds out the top 10 ahead of Quartararo, Marini, Axel Pons, Isaac Vinales, and Shirota grabs the final point just ahead of Surin as our teammate finishes 23rd. Once again, right from the back. So he's a pretty handy racer. Just needs to improve that qualifying as Manzi finishes in last, just behind Yoni Hernandez, with Brad Binder down there in 31st as well. As in the championship, Morbidelli is still a perfect 50 from 50 now, and he leads by 10 points ahead of Olivio, who's finished second in both races, with Marquez up to third ahead of Luti, with Passini 5th, Baldassari 6th, Bagnaia 7th, Sabi 8th, Nakagami 9th, Marini 10th ahead of Quartararo and MacDonald, who's the big climber in the championship. As looking further back, you got Agaton 13th, Serene in 14th, Pons up to 15th, Isaacson is 16th, Brad Binder 17th, Shorter 18th, and Corsi down to 19th, as he's the last point scorer so far this season, with the Finn in 25th, and Ika right at the back. As we look at the constructor standings, Cadix leads KTM by 10 points, with Tech 3 in 3rd, Suter 4th, and Speed Up in 5th. As looking at the weekend recap, a fantastic weekend from MacDonald in Moto2, and a decent weekend from the Finn. Has well climbing 11 positions. As I said, just needs to work on that qualifying for a MotoGP team, as you would expect. And for a Moto3 team, you can see that Andrea also does similar job to the Finn, climbing from 33rd up to 22nd, just missing out on the race objective once again. But look at the home hero, the Argentine rider. His best qualifying, I believe, starting in 11th, and his best finish position as well, finishing in 9th. He's up into the top 10 in the championship, and he smashed that race objective. What a star we've got on our hands here. The Argentine rider, as he improves everything, so does the Finnish rider, so does our MotoGP riders. MacDonald improves his throttle management, and Andrea improves his braking and throttle management as well, as we earned a decent amount of credits and reputation. Look at no cost on the reputation. That must be a first. As we've got an activity day to end the episode, and we can do a sponsor event for 9,000 credits, do some high society socialising for 750 reputation, or get our riders to the coach, do some muscle endurance, improve their braking ability by 20% for the next race, or go to the gym, improve their abs and back muscles, improve their cornering ability by 100 XP. So you may see a theme with this season, which is we're focusing on riders, coaching them up. So we could either go to the coach or get them to the gym. And we're heading to the Circuit of the Americas, COTA. Very demanding circuit for the cornering ability. So let's do some abs and back muscles training for our riders. As next time out, we'll be heading to America for the 3rd round of the season. Can Dan MacDonald score some solid points once again round a kinder circuit for him? Can the Finnish rider also finally break into the top 20? Same for Andrea. Same for the Argentine rider. Can he continue scoring points? And can our MotoGP riders not finish last? Find out next time. Sound for watching. I'll see you then.